This year marks the 60th anniversary of the beginning of America's longest war. The Korean War, the Forgotten War, has never ended. And just a few days ago, we had a very strong reminder of that in the news. North Korea fired again across the border, breaking the truce. That's one of hundreds of incursions such as that, in which American troops are still in danger and still losing their lives. At 4 a.m. on January 25th, 1950, 7 reinforced divisions of North Korean infantry crossed the border into South Korea, breaking the agreements that were drawn up at the end of World War II. They had with them all the supporting forces that they needed. There was a force of 150,000 trained troops, trained by Russia. They had over 100 Russian M14 tanks, 150 MiG aircraft. They had a motorcycle regiment. They had armed jumps attacking ports, and they crossed into South Korea, setting off the Korean War. They were armed with weapons of the time, 150 millimeter cannon, artillery, anti-aircraft, 102 millimeter howitzer, anti-aircraft guns. And facing them were 65,000 poorly trained Republic of Korea troops. You see, when America occupied South Korea, our government was afraid that if we armed those troops and trained them well, they might carry out their desire of trying to reunite both halves of Korea. So we didn't give them any artillery larger than a 105 millimeter howitzer. The old 2.36 bazooka rocket launcher, M1 rifle and 30 caliber carbines, 37 millimeter anti-tank gun, and that was about it. For 37 months and 2 days, the battle raged up and down the peninsula. Historians class it as 4 incidents. One was the North Korean invasion, push all the way to Busan. Second phase was when we got enough troops in there to turn the tide and push them back to Pyongyang and north. Then came the period when the Chinese got into it. The Chosin Reservoir, that was in November of 1950. They pushed back south, and then came the 4th period, which was pretty much trench warfare. But a lot of lives were lost. Over 54,000 Americans and some 30,000 other troops from 19 United Nations countries, plus 39,000 Republic of Korea troops. So what comes of that? One of the greatest tributes to Korean veterans is what that nation has done with their freedom. They are now one of the world's largest and strongest economies. They have the 3rd or 4th largest military force, and it has fought alongside our troops, not only in Korea where they won their spurs, but in Vietnam, in the Middle East, and other places where we go. They're one of our strongest allies. Did we achieve anything? I think we did.
This
Oh,
is
you had
Walt.
the veterans.
Yeah.
You were at the veterans. Were you at Farm Fair House?
Yes. And this is Sherman.
We met the other day.
And this is Ed. Have you met him yet, Ed? Okay. He has a beautiful website called USA Patriotism.